Intentional prayer begins with understanding that words spoken with focus can reshape the direction of a person's thinking, choices, and expectations. Many people pray casually, speaking words without truly connecting their mind and heart to what they are saying. However, intentional prayer is different. It requires awareness, clarity, and belief. When someone intentionally prays for financial breakthroughs, the prayer is not simply about asking for money. It becomes a moment where the mind shifts from fear to confidence and from uncertainty to hope. At that moment, the individual begins to align thoughts with the possibility of abundance rather than the expectation of lack. This alignment is powerful because the human mind influences daily decisions, attitudes, and actions. When the mind is filled with doubt, opportunities are often ignored or avoided. But when belief becomes stronger, courage increases, and people become willing to explore new possibilities. Intentional prayer therefore works as a mental and emotional reset, allowing a person to move away from the limitations of the past. It reminds the individual that change is possible and that financial stability can grow through consistent belief, disciplined action, and openness to new opportunities. As the prayer continues, the mind becomes calmer and more focused. This calmness allows a person to think clearly about goals, strategies, and practical steps toward improvement. In this way, intentional prayer becomes a starting point for transformation. It strengthens the inner confidence that encourages a person to keep moving forward even when circumstances appear difficult. Over time, this consistent alignment between prayer, belief, and action creates a mindset that attracts progress. The universe often responds to clarity and determination, and intentional prayer provides both. Instead of repeating worries, the individual begins to repeat declarations of possibility. Instead of expecting obstacles, the mind starts to anticipate solutions. Through this process, prayer becomes more than a spiritual routine. It becomes a powerful practice that helps guide thoughts, decisions, and behaviors toward growth. Financial miracles rarely appear from randomness alone. They often emerge when a prepared mind meets the right opportunity. Intentional prayer prepares that mind by reinforcing belief, strengthening patience, and inspiring purposeful action. When someone listens closely to their own prayer and truly believes the words they speak, they begin to walk with greater confidence. That confidence shapes conversations, encourages creativity, and opens the door for ideas that can lead to financial improvement. In this way, intentional prayer aligns the mind, spirit, and actions with the path toward abundance and stability. Words carry influence far beyond ordinary conversation. Every day, people speak thousands of sentences, yet only a few of them are spoken with deep belief and purpose. When words are spoken with faith and authority, they begin to shape the direction of thoughts and expectations. In the context of financial breakthroughs, speaking words of faith means intentionally declaring possibilities instead of repeating limitations. Many individuals unknowingly reinforce scarcity by constantly speaking about how difficult life is or how opportunities never appear. Over time, those repeated statements become internal beliefs that affect motivation and decision-making. However, when a person begins to speak differently, something powerful begins to change. Words of faith shift attention toward solutions rather than problems. Instead of saying that progress is impossible, the voice begins to declare that opportunities are forming and that the right doors will open. This change in language gradually reshapes the mindset. A confident mindset encourages courage, creativity, and persistence. These qualities are essential because financial growth rarely comes from hesitation. It often appears when someone is willing to step forward with determination and optimism. Speaking with authority does not mean ignoring challenges. It means refusing to allow challenges to define the future. It means reminding the mind daily that improvement is achievable and that new possibilities can appear at any moment. As these declarations continue, the individual becomes more attentive to ideas, connections, and opportunities that may have been overlooked before. Words spoken with conviction also strengthen emotional resilience. When difficulties arise, the same voice that declared belief becomes a reminder to remain focused and patient. Over time, this practice builds a strong inner narrative that supports progress rather than discouraging it. The universe often responds to confidence and clarity, and confident declarations help create that clarity. When someone consistently speaks about growth, stability, and success, their attention naturally moves toward actions that support those outcomes. They become more willing to learn new skills, explore partnerships, and recognize opportunities that align with their goals. In this way, words of faith act as daily guidance for the mind and spirit. They reinforce hope during uncertain moments and encourage action when opportunities appear. By speaking with purpose and conviction, a person gradually transforms the atmosphere around their life. Conversations become more positive, ideas become more creative, and expectations begin to expand. Through this process, spoken faith becomes a powerful force that guides the journey toward financial breakthroughs and long-term prosperity. Fear and doubt often become invisible barriers that prevent people from experiencing financial growth. Many individuals carry memories of past disappointments, failed plans, or unexpected losses. Over time, these experiences quietly shape their expectations about the future. Instead of believing that improvement is possible, they begin to assume that struggle will continue. This mindset creates a cycle where hesitation replaces action and opportunities are ignored before they are even explored. Releasing fear begins with recognizing that past outcomes do not have to determine future possibilities. Every new day presents a chance to think differently and respond differently. When someone chooses to pray with intention, it becomes a moment to confront those hidden beliefs and challenge them. Prayer encourages a person to step back from the constant noise of worry and reconnect with hope. In that stillness, the mind begins to remember that growth often starts with courage rather than certainty. Letting go of fear does not mean pretending that challenges do not exist. Instead, it means refusing to allow those challenges to control every decision. When fear dominates thinking, the imagination focuses only on risks and losses, but when belief begins to grow stronger, the imagination starts to see possibilities, strategies, and solutions. This shift is important because financial progress often requires trying new approaches, learning new skills, and trusting the process of gradual improvement. Scarcity thinking is another powerful obstacle that many people carry without realizing it. Scarcity thinking is the belief that resources are always limited and that success for others somehow reduces the chances of success for oneself. When this mindset becomes deeply rooted, it leads to constant comparison, discouragement, and resistance to opportunity. People may feel that financial miracles are meant only for a few individuals, while the rest must simply endure struggle. Releasing this belief begins with understanding that abundance grows through creativity, collaboration, and wise effort. Opportunities expand when individuals are open to learning, connecting with others, and exploring new ideas. Prayer becomes a powerful moment where a person can replace scarcity with a renewed sense of possibility. By expressing gratitude for what already exists, and by believing that new paths are forming, the mind begins to shift toward abundance thinking. Abundance thinking does not ignore responsibility or effort. Instead, it encourages discipline, patience, and confidence in the process of growth. As fear and scarcity gradually lose their influence, clarity begins to appear. A person becomes more willing to take constructive risks, pursue meaningful goals, and recognize opportunities that once seemed invisible. Over time, this renewed perspective creates a healthier relationship with money, work, and success. Instead of feeling trapped by limitation, the individual begins to feel guided by possibility. Through this transformation, releasing fear and scarcity becomes an essential step toward welcoming financial breakthroughs and lasting stability. Believing that blessings and provision are already prepared is a mindset that transforms how a person approaches life, work, and opportunity. Many people live with the constant feeling that they must chase success endlessly, believing that abundance is always distant and difficult to reach. This belief can create stress and impatience, making every challenge feel like proof that progress will never come. However, when someone begins to believe that opportunities are already forming and that provision is already being arranged, their perspective begins to change. Instead of feeling desperate, they become calm and attentive. They begin to understand that preparation, patience, and awareness are essential parts of receiving any breakthrough. Faith in prepared blessings does not mean waiting passively. It means living with the confidence that every positive effort contributes to something meaningful that is unfolding. When a person prays with this belief, their words reflect expectation rather than anxiety. They begin to speak as someone who knows that doors can open, ideas can emerge, and connections can appear at the right moment. This expectation creates emotional stability, which helps individuals remain focused even during uncertain times. Instead of losing hope when progress seems slow, they remain steady because they believe that unseen progress may already be taking place. Financial breakthroughs often arrive through opportunities that require awareness and readiness. When someone expects blessings to appear, they are more likely to recognize valuable moments when they arise. They pay closer attention to conversations, ideas, and possibilities that could lead to improvement. This mindset encourages patience, but it also encourages responsibility. A person who believes that provision is prepared understands the importance of being ready to receive it. They work on developing skills, improving discipline, and managing resources wisely so that when opportunity arrives, they are capable of handling it. In this way, belief becomes a powerful motivator for growth rather than a passive wish. The universe often responds to individuals who combine expectation with preparation. When belief is supported by consistent effort and thoughtful planning, progress becomes more likely. Over time, this mindset creates a sense of peace because the individual no longer feels trapped by uncertainty. They move forward each day with the understanding that positive outcomes may already be forming beyond what they can currently see. This belief encourages resilience during challenges and gratitude during success. By trusting that blessings are being prepared, a person learns to stay hopeful, attentive, and ready to act. Through this steady confidence, the journey toward financial stability becomes clearer and more purposeful, allowing miracles of provision to unfold in ways that feel both natural and rewarding. Gratitude is often overlooked when people think about financial miracles, yet it is one of the most powerful attitudes a person can develop. Many individuals focus only on what they lack, constantly thinking about unpaid bills, missed opportunities, or goals that still feel far away. While these concerns are real, focusing only on what is missing can quietly create discouragement and impatience. Gratitude shifts attention in a healthier direction. It allows a person to recognize the resources, skills, and opportunities that already exist in their life. When someone begins a prayer with sincere gratitude, the atmosphere of the mind changes. Instead of feeling defeated by problems, the individual becomes aware of the progress that has already been made and the support that already surrounds them. This awareness builds confidence and emotional strength. Gratitude does not deny challenges. It simply refuses to let challenges erase the value of present blessings. When the mind becomes grateful, it naturally becomes calmer and more focused. This clarity helps individuals make wiser financial decisions because they are not reacting from stress or fear. They begin to think more carefully about spending, saving, and planning for the future. Gratitude, therefore, becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a practical tool that helps guide thoughtful action. When a person regularly expresses appreciation for small successes and everyday provisions, they strengthen their ability to remain hopeful even during uncertain seasons. Over time, this hopeful attitude encourages persistence and creativity, which are essential for financial growth. Gratitude also creates a positive environment where opportunities can grow. People are naturally drawn toward individuals who appreciate effort, acknowledge support, and maintain a respectful attitude. In professional and personal relationships, gratitude strengthens trust and cooperation. When someone openly values the contributions of others, it often leads to stronger partnerships, helpful advice, and supportive networks. These relationships can play an important role in financial improvement because many opportunities appear through collaboration and shared ideas. A grateful mindset also helps individuals notice possibilities that others may overlook. Instead of feeling trapped by limitations, they begin to see how existing resources can be used in creative ways. Gratitude fuels motivation because it reminds a person that their efforts already matter and that progress is already happening, even if it is gradual. During prayer, gratitude becomes a declaration that current blessings are meaningful and that future blessings are welcomed with humility and responsibility. This attitude encourages wise stewardship of whatever resources are received. Financial miracles are most sustainable when they are met with appreciation and discipline rather than impatience or entitlement. By practicing gratitude consistently, a person trains the mind to focus on growth, cooperation, and long-term stability. In this environment of appreciation and awareness, the path toward financial improvement becomes clearer, and opportunities begin to appear more naturally. Discipline is one of the most important qualities for anyone who desires lasting financial improvement. Many people hope for sudden breakthroughs, but sustainable prosperity usually grows through consistent habits and thoughtful decisions. When someone prays for financial miracles, that prayer also becomes a commitment to develop the discipline required to manage resources wisely. Discipline begins with small daily choices. It includes planning how money will be used, avoiding unnecessary expenses, and creating a clear direction for financial goals. These actions may appear simple, but over time, they create stability and confidence. Without discipline, even unexpected financial blessings can quickly disappear. However, when discipline is present, every resource becomes an opportunity for growth. A disciplined mindset encourages patience because it understands that progress often happens step by step rather than all at once. Prayer strengthens this mindset by reminding individuals to remain focused on long-term improvement rather than temporary satisfaction. When the mind is calm and intentional, it becomes easier to resist impulsive decisions that could create setbacks. Discipline also helps people stay committed to learning new skills, improving professional abilities, and exploring opportunities that can increase income. Through these steady efforts, financial miracles become more than sudden moments of luck. They become the result of preparation meeting the right opportunity at the right time. Wisdom works alongside discipline to guide financial choices in a balanced and thoughtful way. While discipline provides consistency, wisdom helps determine which actions are truly beneficial. Many financial mistakes occur when decisions are made quickly without careful consideration. Wisdom encourages individuals to pause, evaluate options, and seek understanding before making commitments. This may involve researching opportunities, learning from experienced mentors, or reflecting on past experiences to avoid repeating the same errors. Prayer can be a powerful moment for seeking clarity and direction in these decisions. When a person asks for wisdom, they open their mind to thoughtful insight rather than reacting purely from emotion. Over time, wisdom strengthens confidence because each decision becomes more intentional and informed. It also helps individuals recognize the difference between opportunities that support long-term growth and those that may create unnecessary risk. A wise approach to money encourages saving, investing carefully, and planning for future responsibilities. It also promotes generosity and responsibility, reminding individuals that financial blessings are meant to create stability, not only for themselves but also for the communities around them. When discipline and wisdom work together, they create a strong foundation for prosperity. This foundation ensures that when financial miracles appear, they can be managed responsibly and expanded into lasting success. Through consistent learning, careful planning, and thoughtful action, the journey toward financial stability becomes both purposeful and sustainable. Expectation is a powerful force that quietly shapes how people experience opportunities in their lives. When someone expects positive change, their attitude, attention, and behavior begin to shift in ways that make progress more likely. Expecting sudden opportunities, meaningful connections, and unexpected favor does not mean ignoring the need for effort. Instead, it means living with the belief that positive developments can appear at any moment. Many individuals move through life assuming that good opportunities rarely happen to them. Because of this belief, they often overlook moments that could lead to growth. However, when the mindset changes to expectation, awareness increases. A person who expects opportunity pays closer attention to conversations, ideas, and environments where progress could begin. They become more willing to introduce themselves, share their skills, and explore new possibilities. Prayer often strengthens this sense of expectation because it encourages the mind to focus on hope rather than limitation. During prayer, individuals remind themselves that the future is not fixed and that meaningful change can begin with a single opportunity. This mindset encourages patience, but it also creates readiness. When someone believes that new doors can open, they prepare themselves to walk through those doors with confidence and responsibility. Expectation also strengthens resilience during periods of waiting. Instead of feeling discouraged by temporary delays, the individual continues to believe that the right moment is still approaching. This steady belief helps maintain motivation and focus even when results are not immediately visible. Meaningful opportunities often arrive through connections with other people. Relationships can introduce new ideas, collaborations, and pathways that may never have appeared through individual effort alone. Expecting positive connections encourages individuals to approach interactions with openness and respect. When someone believes that valuable relationships can form, they naturally become more attentive listeners and more supportive collaborators. This positive attitude creates an environment where trust can grow. Over time, trust becomes the foundation for partnerships, mentorship, and shared success. Unexpected favor often appears within these relationships because people are more willing to recommend, support, and work with individuals who demonstrate sincerity and appreciation. Prayer can guide a person to remain humble and grateful during these connections, recognizing that every meeting could hold potential significance. Instead of rushing through conversations or focusing only on personal gain, the individual learns to build genuine relationships that benefit everyone involved. As these connections grow stronger, new opportunities often emerge in surprising ways. A casual conversation may lead to a professional opportunity, a shared idea may develop into a creative project, or a simple introduction may open a path toward financial growth. Expectation prepares the mind to recognize these moments when they appear. By maintaining faith that opportunities, connections, and favor are always possible, individuals position themselves to receive and respond to those moments with wisdom and confidence.